All right. How's everybody doing today? It's January 21st, the day after inauguration. Let's get into what's going on with cryptocurrency, a little bit of politics since inauguration was yesterday. Let's start with the Bitcoin double spend articles that have been out. There was a double spend attempt on Bitcoin. Um, it didn't go through, so it's not a big deal, but somebody got hold of it. And basically, it's the same thing as usual. Whenever Bitcoin starts to boom, the FUD articles and the FUD news reports start coming out just because people are jealous, hurt, concerned, want to drive the price down so they can buy more. It's a variety of reasons why that happens. But so if you did get a chance to buy it under, wow, let's see. So it looks like at its lowest it was at about 30,993, about $31,000, which is still kind of out of my price range to buy. Um, do I think it's going to dip lower? No, if you watched the last video, you know I said it'll probably bounce around the 30,000, 35,000 range for a little while just to kind of consolidate and get itself together. And it looks like that is pretty much what it's been doing for the most part. For me, the big news is in Ethereum. Ethereum continues to rise. Chainlink has been on a tear, even though it pulled back a little bit. If you're new, don't panic. If you just invested and you saw $5,000 worth of your value disappear, don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Either you're going to be in it for the ride, or you should go ahead and sell it now and go play with some stocks on Robinhood or something, or put the money under your mattress or something like that. I really can't stress it enough for you not to stress. It's not a short-term play. Even though the way it rises, it makes you believe that it's a short-term play. It's not a short-term play. What else is going on? First of all, that's the main thing I wanted to clear up, is that for people that are panicking, don't panic. If you just started to follow me on, I believe this is going to be on exclusive TV, the opportunities are still there. Based on where the price has been ranging, from 35 to 31, from about 35,000 to 31,000. If you're going to get in during this period, I would say that's probably an okay thing to do just to kind of get your feet wet, but I definitely still encourage dollar cost averaging your way in, because no one has any idea exactly what the price is going to do. It rose so fast that we really don't have an idea of where the floor is. You know, previously the floor was around $9,000. That was the floor. $8,500, $9,000 was the floor. It briefly dropped below that in March to about $3,000. I was fortunate enough to be able to get my hands on some Bitcoins during that time. But how likely is it that it's going to do it again? I don't know. And anyone that tells you that they do know is probably not being completely honest, because they don't know. I do use TA. As you can see, I put the Bollinger Bands up. I do use TA, and I use the Bollinger Bands for the most part. I don't get too fancy with it. I use the Bollinger Bands and I watch volume. Um, and so we see that the volume is coming back since the United States inauguration. Now the question at this point is, um, how much of the price can be recovered, of the all-time high can be recovered before February 12th, because around February 12th is the Chinese New Year, and traditionally during Chinese New Year's, Bitcoin also sees lower volumes because the Chinese people are on vacation. So expect that coming up. And that's about it for crypto. What am I looking at? Litecoin. I made a nice bag. I made a nice amount of money off of Litecoin when it was ranging. Ethereum, BNB, Link. But things have been pretty stable during this period. And this is what they traditionally do. Whenever Bitcoin gets going really well, then it starts to be affected by news in ways that other markets are not. So it's not correlated with the stock market, but it's somewhat correlated. In my opinion, it's a truer representation because although it is manipulated, it is far less manipulated than the traditional stock market because it's just not as many big players. What else is going on? Janet Yellen produced a nice amount of fear because she's saying the same thing they always say, which is Bitcoin is being used for illegal transactions. But I can guarantee you one thing, that Bitcoin is not being used for as many illegal transactions as US dollars. And it's more traceable than US dollars. So that argument is pretty much moot, even though when you are speaking to people who are uneducated about a thing, you can pretty much tell them whatever you want and they will believe it. So that's, I believe, Janet Yellen's strategy on things is kind of to tamp the market down a little bit by providing a little bit of fear and manipulating what she can, because there's no hope for her to shut down Bitcoin because Bitcoin is not run by the United States, and it usually is not being on ramped and off ramped through traditional banking means. So, she's gonna have a tough time trying to shut down Bitcoin at this point. What else has been going on that I can think of? It's really not too much if you're not into the hype. Like, I'm not really into the hype. I'm not really into the protesters storming the Capitol. I maybe watched about 20 minutes of that. And I just kind of saw it for what it is, a futile attempt to get attention and to gather support for something that is not necessarily a bad cause, because a lot of these people believe that what they're doing is trying to uphold the United States Constitution. And I can't really say that that's a bad thing to try to uphold the Constitution, because we have been eroding our rights severely and in a way that is forgotten. We've eroded the rights for such a long time that the generation that's coming up won't even know that those rights are their constitutional rights. So that, I understand where they're coming from with that. But I do not feel as though the way they went about it was in a way that it had no way to succeed, basically, in my view. It had no way to succeed. It lacked the organization. It lacked the message. It lacked the manpower. So, that's what's been going on in the United States. As of right now, Joe Biden is officially the 46th president of the United States. And hopefully, someone that's less volatile will help bring about a little more harmony. Um, Even though those wounds have been opened up on both sides, hopefully it'll be a little more harmony and a little more tolerance for each other. Um, that's really pretty much what we ask for here is just tolerance. That, okay, I might not agree with what you agree with or believe in what you believe in, but I can tolerate it as long as it doesn't infringe on my rights. So, um, that's pretty much that as far as what's going on this end. If you like the information, be sure to leave me a tip, subscribe, follow. You can watch Andreas Antonopoulos has a video about the double spend. I believe he may still be live. I know he was talking about it. It was very informative for newbies. He's very good with breaking down complex issues for newbies. That should be up on the UIX network in a few hours if it's not up already. Just Google Andreas Antonopoulos or Antiop Bitcoin. It should come up with in the search bar. And let's see what else has been going on. That's about it. I just wanted to stop in and reassure you that all is well, and not to worry too much. If you took a hit, it's probably only temporary. And if you really are afraid, sell now, because now's the time when the weak hands are being shooken out. And if you're weak, see you later. Peace.